The ladies have been on the field all day. Now 2 of the ladies' clubs make their way onto the big stage. Bragging rights are up for grabs as Boston and Montreal/Quebec square off in the women's tournament final. One of the games we'll be bringing you in this episode of Stateside Footy. We're coming to you from Ipswich River Park in North Reading, Massachusetts, to bring you yet another episode of Stateside Footy, the program that features Australian rules football as it's played here in the United States. Along with our production crew, Stacey Robert, John Cimino, Paul Hipple, Savannah Hubbard, Brian Joslin, and Kyle Serino. I'm Bill Robert, and in this episode we're coming your way with the final part of our coverage of the 2014 Lady Demons Footy Tournament. We have a couple of games on the docket for you today. First of all, the New York Magpie men's side gets back into action as they take on the visiting Dockers from Halifax, Nova Scotia. And then the game we teased at the outset of the program, the last 2 teams standing going for the gold here in the Boston Lady Demons Footy Tournament. Of course, we're talking about the Boston Demons, who come out with a couple of impressive wins today, and also the Montreal Angels, who actually played earlier today against the Lady Demons. Montreal actually losing to the Lady Demons for the first time ever. Well, this time they're actually expanding the size and adding a few more players. And so what's going to happen is basically instead of wearing the Montreal Angels jerseys they wore before, they're actually going to be wearing the jumpers of their brother side, the Quebec Saints. So technically it's Boston versus Montreal, but it's going to show up here as Boston versus Quebec because once again they will be wearing the jumpers of the Quebec side. So we've got New York and Halifax and then Boston, Quebec. It's all coming up for you next. Stay tuned right here to Stateside Footy. Welcome back to Stateside Footy. This is the beginning of our last episode of the Boston Demons Invitational Tournament here. And first off, we're going to see the New York Magpies taking on the Halifax Dockers. And it comes out and hit ahead by New York. And here we go, Magpies in action once again, but Dockers have it now. And they kick it ahead looking for a target and almost marked by Kwiatkowski. Pies do have it though, and they start to run in the outer boundary. Big kick ahead now, that kick coming off the boot of Jimmy P. And goes now to Big Al. And he is dispossessed and brought down, and holding the ball will be called. He never got rid of it. Halifax will get the free kick, and that player gets it to the boot there, and intercept mark there. Nicely done by the Magpies. New York now with the ball. Spears a kick ahead, just goes over the head of his intended target. He's able to fist it forward though, and it'll roll out of bounds. So now everyone will set up for the boundary throw-in. This game just underway, no score yet between the Halifax Dockers and the New York Magpies. As we have the ball up in there, just checking the ball. Umpire Bruce Rogers checking the inflation of the ball. It appears to be okay. And they'll throw it in now from the boundary.
They want a new one. Apparently this one's busted somehow.
And up it goes and hit back by the Magpies. That's Chrissy B knocking it back there for Magpies. And now the battle for it along the ground. Dockers try and move it ahead, but nobody there but Magpies, but a nice smother there. And the kick goes further up toward the Halifax goals. And going down out there trying to move with it is BJ King. And then the ball will be called for by the umpire, and it'll be balled up. Dockers trying to get some points on the board and early. Hit out of the ruck just through the hands of Zach Slater. It's along the ground now, battling for it there. That's Dave Smith, but the Magpies will get it. Kick goes ahead. Nice spoil there, almost going up ahead. I believe that was number 5, that's Chris Bork. And the kick from the Magpies going through, I believe, for a single point. I believe it was touched. But they are calling for another footy here. New York is. You see they had just checked it. And now more of an opportunity for them to get another footy, except they were able to dig it out of the woods there. So a single point there. The kick in will be taken by Jonah Scott of the Dockers. And right now the Magpies lead 1-1, 2-0. Kick in comes and almost intercept marked there by Juice Desai. Bounces off a couple of players and rolls out of bounds. And now they get the new footy they've been looking for. And it'll be tossed back into play. And hit out. Winds up in Magpie hands momentarily. Goes to ground there. And with it now, once again, that's Bork. He handballs it off, and here comes Halifax. Dockers on the run now. And marked! That was beautiful. Miles Emerald there. In a contest with the Magpie. That's got to be a push in the back. No, they're going to get away with it. The player there got pushed to the back. I believe that might have been Nathan Olton. But the free kick not paid. New York getting the ball and getting the kick off. It's going to roll and go over the boundary line. I'm sorry if I seem kind of demonstrative there. That did look like a push in the back, and some of the players were commenting the same. But nonetheless, not paid. And New York's got the ball now after that throw up. Comes up now and almost marked over the head there. Nice job by PJ Devine, also on loan from the Boston Demons. And we've got a ball along the ground here. Picked up once again by the Dockers. Juggled a little bit. Still in. And kicked out now. That's Jonah Scott with it. Lining up a target. However, the only target there is wearing the opposite colors. And the Magpies get it and once again will kick it along the wing. Takes a bounce, takes a roll. He will catch up with it before it goes out of play though. That is number 32 there, that's Magic. And his kick goes through everybody. Rolls toward the boundary. Takes a weird bounce. Almost winds up in Magpie hands. He's just going to soccer it off the ground. And that's going to be a goal. One of the more freakish major scores you're going to see. It was near the boundary. It wasn't sitting for him. And instead of trying to pick it up, he just said the heck with it. Just soccered it right off the ground. The thing rolled straight and went right through. As a result, the Magpies get the first major score of the match, and now they lead Halifax by a score of 1-1-7 to nothing. And they'll bring it back up to center now. As they do indeed have the new footy. As they have probably said the old one was getting a little on the soft side. Hit out to no real advantage. The Halifax Ruckman got it, but then tapped it right to a New York player, who then takes it and kicks it. And that ball's going to go right out, pretty much just right between right half forward flank and the pocket. So once again, with a big throw-in their own territory, that's New York, and that'll be called back. That really didn't go high enough and didn't really give anyone a fair shot at getting to the ball. So they'll do it once again. And the ball goes up. The Rucks will go for it now. Hit out and hit right to the Magpies, when actually right off the hand of Alex Kwiatkowski went to the hands of Magic, but then went down, and Magic has it now off the ground. Escapes the tackle, still has it. Handballs it, tries to center it out, but it's taken by the Magpies with it there. That's Chris Bork. Bork is able to just get past the tackle. He's taken down, and the ball continues to roll up the wing, taken back in by the Magpies though. Kick goes in, and it looks like that's going to be, not sure if that made it through the behind post or not. But I'm thinking it went out on the full, because you've got the Dockers player standing there in the pocket waiting to take a free kick. Indeed it did. Kick went out on the full, so the Dockers get the free kick in their own right back pocket. They've got the ball, but they've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. He's able to kick the ball out now. Looking for a target. Bounces through a couple of players now. Winds up in Docker hands, at least momentarily. He's able to get it to the boot now, and the ball is chased forward to Docker's half of the ground. Takes a weird bounce, a New York friendly bounce. Almost getting it there was a couple of the players, and the Dockers have it now. He's tackled just as he went to kick it, but he gets the kick up, and it's marked easily by Zach Slater. So Slater's got it now for the Dockers, and he runs up, and he'll just take the shot, looking for actually more of a centering ball than a shot, and it goes over the head of Scott Terrio, number 14, and once again with it are the Pies. Pies moving with it now. Handball off, goes off of a player, and then play is stopped. Dockers pointing in the free kick direction, but looks like it'll go out. And indeed, we'll have another boundary throw in. Toss goes up once again. Knocked out to advantage by the Magpies almost. Actually, went off the hands of Marty Wilson. As a result, it'll be another boundary throw in, pretty much almost from the same spot as the previous one. Ball tossed up for grabs once again, and hit out by the Magpies, slapped ahead by the Dockers. Then it winds up in Magpie hands. That kick is smothered, and all of a sudden the Dockers have it now. Handballed ahead near the boundary. Magpies pick it up, dispossessed there, the Magpie player. And it looks like we'll have another boundary throw in. New York out to an early lead, but so far the Dockers sticking in there, trying to get it out of the ruck now. And tackling, nice job there. That was B.J. King. And coming out there, Marty Wilson tried to move with it. He was tackled right away by King, held him up, he couldn't get rid of it, and the umpire called for the ball up. And it'll be hit out there. Magpies have it now. Handball goes off, and it's along the ground. Dockers in there, that was B.J. King once again, I believe. I think he took an elbow to the back of the head, but I think they'll ball it up once again. Ball goes up and hit out once again by the Magpies. Quick handball, and they are turning it around. Almost tackled there, but he's able to get the ball off, and the Magpies move it once again outside on the wing. It continues to bounce and roll, and it will be a boundary throw-in. But once again, a victory for the Magpies as they are able to get the ball away from the shadow of their own defensive goalposts. So back ball will come into play. Tipped out by the Dockers, but the Magpies wind up picking it up and getting it now, juggling it a little bit, then just punching it, but the punch goes awry. Winds up going to P.J. Devine for the Dockers. He kicks it now, looking, oh, a nice mark there. Nice mark, I believe that was Jimmy P. for the Magpies. And the ensuing kick falls short of the intended target, Paulie G., then rolls out of bounds, so it'll be another boundary throw-in. Once again, pretty much at the center of the ground on the opposite wing. And tossed up once again for grabs. Hit out to advantage by the Magpies, but back there now, that's Mike Shepard for the Dockers. He gets it to the boot, and no intercept mark taken by the Magpies. And now the Dockers are loose with it. Kick into the forward 50. There'll be a race for it. It'll take a weird bounce, though, and a couple of players going for it right now. And getting it there, that was number 20, I believe, Luke Woodhead. And he gets a handball off, and it's punched by King, I believe it is. He punches it and winds up rolling out of bounds, so it'll be another boundary throw-in. And indeed it goes up once again. Tapped out, and New York will get it. The kick is off, but caught right there by Devine. Devine handballs it off, but no real target there. Tried to get it to Shepard. Shepard, I think, has it now. He's tackled, but it goes out, and with it, that's Mark Theriault. And he has a big kick. It goes in toward, and that's going to be a point. So the Dockers getting their first score of the match. A minor score for the boys from Halifax. And now they trail by a straight kick. It's 1-1-7 to 1 behind 1 as the Magpies take the kick in and goes just ahead of the intended target. And the Dockers have it now, and they're moving with it. Nice job getting around the tackle, making some space for himself. The kick in, though, takes a weird bit of a bounce there, and it's punched out wide. Going after it now for the Dockers once again, that's Woodhead. And McIntyre gets it, handballs it off. And now the Magpies kick it out once again. And it's going to bounce, and that'll go out. Once again, though, considering where that kick came from, it's a victory for the Magpies. And they'll bring it back into play and throw it in. And the throw-in made by David Pedersen, another player on loan from the Demons. Shepard's got it now. He gets it to the boot, looking for a target. The only player there is a Magpie. He'll catch it and then move it right up. And almost an intercept mark taken there by Jonah Scott. Magpies have it, though. He gets loose of the tackle, and he kicks it ahead. I believe that's Walt Lynn. And kicking ahead, looking for a target up front. And Shepard on the back line trying to get it. Handballs it out. And it's loose, and with it now, here comes, I believe that's, once again, King. And it's marked by Slater. Slater on the move now. He's able to get it to the boot. And bounces off a couple of Magpies. It's loose there. And the kick, oh, it goes off of a Magpie hand, and it will go through for a minor. One of the Dockers had it, just pivoted around, tried that snap kick, but one of the Magpies got his hand in there and thus cheated the Dockers out of 5 points. Another minor score for Halifax, and now it's 1-1-7 to 2 behinds 2. And once again, the Magpies take the kick in from their own back goal square. And just a little bit of a spear kick, easily marked, and the Magpies are on the move again. Kick now going up the far wing. Takes a hop, winds up in Magpie hands, and he'll just kick it ahead now. Target's lining up for it. Nicely marked there. That's Chris Bork with the intercept marked for Halifax. And he'll get the ball off now. He'll get that kick off. A couple of players going after it now. Bounces off a few hands. And with it now, that's that's Big Al, the ruck there. Oh, he's hauled down there. That was the Magpie player. Have to see what his number is. That was number 18. That's Lukey G. However, he was tackled by Miles Amaral, who got the free kick, and the ensuing kick there is marked. Dockers have it now deep in their own area. He gets the kick off. It's headed for the goals, and it looks to be straight. It is. That's a goal. And all of a sudden, the Halifax Dockers have taken the lead over the New York Magpies. It's a single point, but still, right now, the Dockers on top. 1 goal, 2 behind 8 to 1 goal, 1 behind 7. As once again the goalposts come down. As we said before, a stateside footy tradition at this point. All starting with the infamous kick from, I believe it was George Lacombe that wound up getting us some play on the footy show in Australia. Ball goes up for grabs once again, and it is hit out by the Dockers. Halifax all of a sudden with some steam. Taken out of the ruck there by Dave Smith. He kicks it ahead. It's going to go over everyone's head and roll through for another minor score. Halifax adding to the lead now, 1-3-9 to 1-1-7. Obviously 2 points, not enough to keep this New York team at bay. New York, one of the perennial powerhouses of the U.S.A. And they take the kick in once again. That's a big kick all the way through. Lynn's got it now. What a mark. Oh, hang on. As the kick goes through, and we've got to see what's going on back at the source of the play here as they bring the ball back. Free kick, actually. Apparently there was an infraction. And so Pedersen gets the free kick. He'll kick it off now, and it's going to be marked there. And here we go now. Marked. I believe that's King with it now, BJ King. Or is that Pedersen? Not sure, but anyway. Kick goes up. Oh, what a mark! Oh my goodness, Miles Emerald. Leaping grab for that one, went up for it, juggled it a few times, was able to hang on, gets paid the mark, and now he has another shot towards goal. And he gets that one to the boot. And that's another goal. A terrific goal off of a beautiful mark by Emerald. And all of a sudden, the Dockers have got some steam here. Halifax right now leading 2-3-15 to the Magpies 1-1-7. Of course, against this New York club, you could say no lead is enough, but good start for Halifax as they bring it back up to center and toss it up for grabs once again. And now it's hit out by the Magpies. They try and race through it, but they get it now. Handball off and winds up going over to Marcus. Now goes out to the wing. They kick, and contest for it goes to ground. Picked up momentarily there by Scott. Handballed out now, an errant handball. Pedersen trying to pick it up, and got a whistle here. And I don't know who's getting the free kick. Apparently it's going to go to Pedersen. So David Pedersen getting the free kick for the Dockers. And that kick will go up. Oh, almost an intercept mark, and we've got a player down. Leaping up for that was Magic. Collided there with the Dockers player, and he is down. And he's going to get up now. But he's limping. That was a heavy collision going up for that ball. So now we'll have the boundary throw in. Ball tossed in once again, and ruck infringement there. Player on the turf, and he's going to get the free kick. And handball goes off, and the Dockers have it once again. Handball goes back, and here they come now. Taking the running bounce there is Dave Smith. Kick goes in, taken by the Magpies, and they'll bring it right back up the guts. Actually, that kick going outside a little bit. Almost marked there by the Dockers. That's just punched ahead, and that's going to go out of bounds. And we will have another boundary throw in. New York looking like they were knocking on the door to come back with a quick one, but Dockers have been standing firm. As the ball comes out of the ruck, goes to ground. Dockers get it now. Kick goes in, and there's a contest for it. Emerald with another nice mark. He's made a couple of really nice grabs today, and he's just going to kick it ahead now. Trying to line up a target, but it's intercepted there. The intercept mark going to Ringo from the New York Magpies. He's just going to run with it now. Good head of steam, gets it to the boot. Goes over a few heads, and then shepherded off the ball there is Scott. Handballed there, goes back to Big Alex now, and he kicks it in towards the goal area. And it goes off the hands momentarily, but then picked up and kicked over, and let's see, that looks like it'll be a minor. That's Dicko, number 15 for the Magpies. He does get the snap off, but it does go wide. But it is a point for the Magpies, and now it's 1-1-8 to the Dockers, 2-3-15. Pedersen takes the kick in now, and it goes wide, and Slater can't mark it. He's spoiled there by Paulie G, but the Dockers have it now, and they'll just go right up the guts. Big kick up the corridor, and it's going to roll. Nobody there but Magpies. However, it takes a high bounce, and almost getting it there is Woodhead for the Dockers, and Magpies kick it out. They bring it along now, and going from side to side. They have a target lined up, and they've got him. And right there, it's going to Jimmy P. By the way, they just called him Jimmy when he went for the ball, so my guessing before about which 17 was which is right. The ball goes now to Magic, I believe. I'm sorry, that's Marcus, number 35. He gets it over, and it goes to Dicko. And Dicko may have missed last time. Didn't miss this time. And I believe that's going to be the horn for halftime. Indeed it is. And the Magpies getting that quick goal there, getting back into it very quickly. And the score at halftime, the Halifax Dockers, 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 points. And the New York Magpies, the 2-2-14. Coming up next, we'll decide this one. We'll find out how it goes and bring you second half action. It's the New York Magpies and the Halifax Dockers here on a Saturday afternoon in North Reading, right here on Stateside Footy. Teams are coming back on the field now for the second half of action of this game, and so far, kind of a surprising result, at least at halftime, with the Halifax Dockers coming out with a lead. At one point, they led by a goal and a couple of minors. Right now, they lead by a single point. The score at the half, 2-3-15 for Halifax to 2-2-14 for the New York Magpies. The teams get back on the ground. Don't forget, after this, we've got the big game of the afternoon, the Lady Demons tournament final between the Boston Lady Demons and the Quebec Montreal Saint Angel team. We'll explain that in a little bit, but right now let's watch as Bruce Rogers puts it back up to the ruck and knocked out once again by Big Al. Battle for it along the ground now. A couple of players in there. I believe that's BJ King battling with one of the Magpies, and no clear possession between either of them. That's actually Marty Wilson for the Magpies, and it'll be tossed up once again. Hit out once again by Big Alex, but right into the hands of one of the Doctors, who's then tackled and dispossessed. Ball's along the ground now. Magpies have it, and he gets that handball off, and we got a whistle. Wrong whistle, though. Wrong field. Oh, bit of a head clash there between a Magpie and a Docker. And Bruce Rogers awarding a free kick, I believe, to the Dockers. High contact after a little bit of a head clash there. And that was Mark Theriault with it now. Kick goes off of a couple of hands, winds up on the ground, and the ball is loose. And kicked ahead by Scott Theriault for the Dockers. Handballed ahead now, and they've got it. It'll sit for Jonah Scott. Scott takes a running bounce. He's headed for the goals. He gets the kick off. Will it have the aim? Yes, it will. It's a goal! And again, Halifax takes a bigger lead. First points of the second half going to the Halifax Dockers, and a big goal for them as they're now at 3-3-21. They now lead by 7 over the New York Magpies, who have to 2-2-14. Huge play there. Huge sequence for the Dockers. This is the way you play New York. You keep the pressure on them. And hit out once again. Very nice hit out there by Dave Smith. Goes into space and almost taken by one of the Dockers there. He's able to fist it ahead, though, and the Dockers have it now. And Theriault tries to get it now. Goes over to Smith. Smith loses it, though, and taking it now, that's Walt Lynn for the Magpies, and it'll roll through a number of players. It's taken there. Once again, the Dockers have it. A little bit of a sidestep there. Finds a target, gets it to the boot. Question is, will it get there? Oh, almost. Almost taken there by Miles Amirault. But Magpies are moving it now. Kick forward once again from Paulie G. Goes over to Jimmy P. Magpie kick into their forward 50 now. That looks like it could be going all the way. That is a goal. That is a huge goal, a long bomb. And just as quickly as Halifax got that first goal, New York got it right back. The deficit once again, just a single point. 3-3-21. 3-2-20. A single point right now, the difference between the two teams. And Ruckman having a discussion there regarding one of the players he thinks is out of position. Rogers double checks everybody and gets set to put it back into motion. Hit out once again by Big Al from the Magpies. He's wrapped up though by a couple of Dockers, and they're just going to tie it up. Seeing some good aggressive play from this Halifax team right now. They're going after the ball, they're winning the footy, and they're doing things with it. They're getting taken down there. One of the Dockers once again gets wrapped up and tackled by number 35, that's Marcus. And actually the Docker player will get pinged for holding the ball, New York getting the free kick. And Marcus with it now, trying to coordinate his targets. Big kick once again into the New York forward 50. Oh, a diving mark, that was a beauty. And I have a feeling this may be the point where New York starts to come here. Number 15 once again, Dicko. In the first half, he kicked a goal and a behind. It took a beautiful sliding mark there, just went out, reached out for it and got it. That kick will go high and it'll go wide. It'll stay in play though. And with it now, that's once again Marty Wilson. He kicks it back the other way. And the ball will go out of bounds. So basically the kick from Dicko went across the face of goal, went to the other side, and then that kick went across the face too. Ball wound up rolling out of bounds, and as a result we'll have a boundary throw in. And it's going to be whistled again because the ball didn't really go nearly far enough for that ruck contest. So they're going to redo that boundary throw in. Rucks get to it, throw goes up and hit out, but the Dockers will have it now. They kick it ahead. And it looks like the first one there will be Big Al, the ruckman for the Magpies. He'll get it to the boot just before he's tackled. Another huge kick and hit by one of the Dockers. And let's see here. Did it go over the line before he got it? Apparently, yes. They're calling touch and they're calling a point, it looks like. So they'll take the kick from their own back goal square, but it also means that so far, we're all even here. It's now 3-3-21, 3-3-21. And the kick in is intercepted there by U.S.A. for the Magpies, and he will just handball it off. And the Magpies going for it once again. And this could be the sleeping giant portion of the program here, as it's taken by Marty Wilson, but it goes out of bounds. And as a result, it will be another boundary throw in. Tossed up once again. Hit out by the Magpies, but the Dockers pick it up. And Devine gets the kick off, but it's smothered accidentally by Big Al. I think it went right off the side of his face. And he just continues on with it. You got some tough players in that ground out there. And the kick in toward the New York half of the field. Intercept marked there by one of the Dockers. Halifax has the free kick now, and they will just put it right up the guts. Long kick up the middle, goes off of a set of New York hands, and handball goes out, ball's loose along the ground. PJ Devine picks it up, he's wrapped right up, and it gets soccered forward. Moving with it now, that's Magic. Good to see him back out there after that collision he took. And oh my goodness, Jimmy P with a nice mark there. Or did it go out of bounds? No, it went out of bounds apparently. Too bad, because that was going to be a beautiful mark. Just went up and went after it. Instead, it's a boundary throw, and they toss it back in, and goes right into the hands of Big Al. And kick is going to bounce and roll, goes through everybody basically. And, oh, it goes off the feet of Chrissy B. And looks like it'll be out once again. Out in the pocket, and they will have a boundary throw in. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Actually, it was a free kick given to New York. So the free kick given to Chrissy B. A little difficult to see from our vantage point here, but we can see now he's got it. And he is setting up, and he's taking the kick. And once again, it looks to be going almost across the face of goal. And let's see, we've got the stoppage in play. Or is that a whistle from the other field? Sometimes it's hard to tell. So right now the scores are level. 3-3-21 for both clubs. And once again, Dockers will take the kick in from their own half of the ground. And the kick rolls and rolls and rolls and winds up finally going out of bounds. It'll be another boundary throw in, as a couple of the players change out. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it was a free kick. Free kick, they're going to Ty Scott of the Magpies. Didn't see what the deal was. Maybe it was a push on the way out. But he gets it on the boot now. And nicely marked there. And he continues to play on. Kicks it into the forward 50. Oh, and just jumping up and marking it there beautifully Once again, I believe that's Jimmy P. And he's got it now. He gets a kick to the boot, and he hooks that one through. That's going to be a goal, I believe. Indeed it is, as they go back up to center. So New York back in the lead right now by a straight kick. It's 4-3-27 to 3-3-21. And it was one of those points where you knew at some point New York was just going to go through and make something happen. But this game is far from over. And so far, the Halifax Dockers have been a tenacious club. They've been doing a really nice job out here on the ground today. Let's see what happens for the rest of this match as the ball goes up once again. Hit out to Docker advantage. Nobody but Magpies there, though. And it moves out now, and trying to get through with it now is Marcus. He's finally able to get it to the boot after being pursued by the Dockers. Kick goes off a couple of hands, winds up being picked up by the Magpies. And just a handball ahead, taken now by Pedersen. Pedersen with a handball there over to Scott. Scott handballs it back to Pedersen. Tried to anyway, but it went over Pedersen. Another player picked it up, but he was dispossessed. Scott has it now. He's dispossessed, and with it now is Ty Scott. He gets it out now to the wing, and another New York kick, and there'll be a contest for it. Oh, it takes a weird bounce, and getting there first, one of the Dockers. Handball now to PJ Devine. Devine gets the kick off once again, and it's taken. Oh, it's marked. That's nice. And once again, Halifax with the mark. And they trail right now, but only by a straight kick. And actually, there's an issue with the man on the mark, so as a result, a 50-meter penalty has been paid. You heard them after the player took the ball saying that you heard the New York players calling to the man on the mark, and indeed, he did go over the mark. Now the kick that ensued from that 50-meter penalty went wide. The Dockers did mark it, but then that kick was smothered, so now the ball is basically along the far boundary. And that was a big opportunity for Halifax that they did not capitalize on, as they not only get the mark in the kick, but also the 50-meter penalty, but they could not convert from there. They even got a kick in deep, a mark right in the pocket, but then they couldn't do anything with it. And now the Magpies are running with it once again. And that is marked, the kick going from Marcus to one of his teammates, and now he's got somebody lined up, and they've got it marked right there. And that is number 29, that is Ringo. Question is now, is Ringo going to do an impressive solo here and put his club even further ahead? Goes to the boot, and that's going wide, so it's going to be a point. Not quite the result New York was looking for, but now it's at least a two-score game. Before, Halifax could just tie it up with a straight kick. Now they need a straight kick and more. Just to get a tie, they need a straight kick and a minor. Obviously, two majors would now put them back in the lead. As they go searching for the ball here, I'll take this moment to remind you that you're watching Stateside Footy. You can check us out online at StatesideFootyTV.com, and also follow us on Facebook at Stateside Footy TV and Twitter at BillR_SSFooty. As the kick in from the Dockers is taken there, it's marked by Dave Pedersen. Pedersen will get the kick off now, and taking the mark there and then getting knocked to the ground for his trouble. I believe that's Chris Bork, number 5. So Bork will kick it now. And a battle for it, nicely marked. And once again, they're telling him to mark up. They don't want to give away another 50-meter penalty. He kicks it out. That's an intercept mark, not a very safe kick. That was actually pretty dangerous. And New York brings it right back up now. Kicked in, and let's see. It looks like it's going to be another goal. And just like that, New York can turn it around on you like that. They had a chance. He made the kick in, but it was intercepted by New York. Made it to basically one kick, kicked it over to Jimmy P. Jimmy P took the mark and then just let it roll. Just let it fly from long distance. And the kick straight and true. It had the distance, it had the aim, and as a result, it has the Magpies up now by 13 points. 5-4-34 now to 3-3-21. And once again, the ball coming out of the ruck into New York hands. And into the forward 50 it goes. Almost marked. Had a guy right on his back and still almost came down with it. Battle for it along the ground. Handballed out. And a couple of handballs go up. Dockers have it now. Kick goes up and intercept mark taken there by Marcus once again for the Pies. Pies right now up by 13 points. Looking for more. Ball falls between everybody. Pedersen tries to knock it on ahead. Actually winds up going out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw in. Boundary throw in from one of the Lady Pies who apparently looked to be limping there. And gets hit out once again to advantage almost by the Magpies. Actually, they've got a player now. He gets it over to the boot, and that's a point. Had people all over him. He was able to get the ball loose, get one leg loose, and just kick it toward the goals. Not a major, but still from that position, anything you can get is good. And they add to their lead now 5-5-35 to 3-3-21. As once again the Dockers take the kick from the back goal scorer. It goes from Pedersen over to BJ King. King kicks it up now along the far wing. Knocked away by the Magpies. Punched ahead there by Miles Emerald. And there's a race for it now. Loose ball. Tipped over to Walt Lynn. Lynn has it now. He'll kick it ahead. And almost marked, but not quite. Dockers trying to come out with it now. And they need to score some points. They've got him in a hurry, but not a very good kick. Takes a bounce, winds up in New York hands. New York still with it now as the ball goes out toward the far boundary once again. And now it's kicked ahead by New York. And it's intercept marked. And oh, just as he tried to get that kick off, he actually did get the kick off, but just as he got the kick off, he was blasted by one of the other Magpies. With it now, Mike Shepard after taking that handball. And he's got a nice kick, and that's beautifully marked by Miles Emerald. Dockers showing they're not out of this yet. Long kick for Emerald. Let's see what he can do here. He gets it to the boot, and it's headed there, and let's see. Looks like a single point. It is indeed. So right now, 3-4-22. They still trail by 13. A couple of cases already. Actually, I've got to double check that because I thought it was a point, but actually that was kicked out from the pocket, so that was not a point. So, pardon me, that's still 3-3-21. That was a kick out on the full. It was not a behind. So now New York kicks it. Intercept marked there by Halifax.
Come on, call for it, 5.
But right now, Halifax, the challenge is not only to get the ball back in their end of the ground, but also to do something with it. A couple of times they've had deep penetrations inside 50 and have come away with just a point for their trouble. Trying to kick it ahead there now is Jonas Scott, but it winds up in New York hands, and trying to handball it out there is Dicko. And the kick goes through, and marked there. Nicely done by Paulie G. And then as soon as he lands, looks like he tweaked something like a calf or something. He's not doing too well. Magpies, though, will take it off, and Aaron handball. Soccered off the ground by Mark Terrio. And Dockers have it now. Handballed ahead, and here comes Halifax with it. He takes a running bounce. That's Miles Emerald. Takes another running bounce. Actually juggles it, gets it back, and that will be a very simple mark right there. And I believe that's going to go to Woodhead. Woodhead actually got a couple of marks and I think a couple of goals in the first game. And I actually thought that he was just going to be going for goal, but he wound up getting it to Luke Woodhead, who puts it right through and gives them a badly needed goal. And now it's 4-3-27 to 5-5-35, an 8-point difference between the two clubs right now. New York in the lead by just over a straight kick. And time is running out for the Dockers. But if they can get a quick clearance here, you never know. And it comes through once again. Everyone's in place. Umpire's ready with the ball. And up it goes once again, and hit out by the Dockers. Race for it now, and BJ King runs past it. One of the things with the Aussie Rules Footy, sometimes that oblong ball takes a weird bounce, and you think it's going to go one way when in fact it's going another. And you try and grab it, and you wind up running past it, and the ball winds up rolling out of bounds, actually. So as a result, we will be back to another boundary throw-in from the far boundary.
Let's go, Rick!
Goes up once again and taken there by the Dockers momentarily, but then New York gets it, and they'll get the kick out. Marked, though, intercept marked by the Halifax Dockers, and they kick it back to their end of the ground. And let's see, goes off the hands of Woodhead, taken by one of the Magpies, who's then hauled down by Woodhead. Let's see, we've got a free kick there holding the ball. So Woodhead winning a big battle there. Bit of distance, bit of an angle.
33-27. Who's up? You.
So right now it's 35-27. And Luke Woodhead could make this a very close game with a straight kick here. He gets the ball to the boot, and the determination is, that's a goal.
Let's go, tight games, 1 minute left.
All right, 1 minute left according to one of the cries we just heard from the sidelines here. And that indeed was a goal for Woodhead. As a result now, it's 5-3-33. 2 points the difference. Dockers needing a clinical clearance and a couple of good kicks here. Can they do it? Can the Magpies hold on? And it's punched out by the Dockers. Headed to their end of the ground. Further up, Magpies get it right now. Aaron handball winds up going to Alex's hands. He's dispossessed. Winds up bouncing out of Docker hands. Magpies get it. He's dispossessed. The ball goes along the ground. And let's see, Magpies have it once again. And the kick goes up. That's going to be a kick out on the full. Free kick for the Dockers. Halifax need to get the kick together, and they need to get it quickly. Time is running out. PJ Devine to take the kick for the Dockers. He kicks it now, and let's see, it goes over a couple of heads and winds up going out of bounds. So we'll have a boundary throw in. They need a mark, they need a kick, they need something. Knocked over now, and actually taken by the Magpies, and they kick it back towards center. And it's marked. Marked there by Manfredi. And he kicks it now over a couple of heads. It winds up in the New York pocket. And rushed through from behind. It looks like by the Dockers. Indeed it is. And just as they rush that one through, I believe that'll be a behind. Just checking there. And I believe they've signaled full time. And indeed they have. So let's chalk up that last point to the Magpies. 5-6-36. An exciting game, a terrific effort from Halifax. Just in the last part, they just couldn't get it over the line. They had a couple of chances, they just could not make them pay. And the final score here from this game, the New York Magpies, 5 goals, 6 behinds, 36 points. The Halifax Dockers, 5 goals, 3 behinds, 33 points. A heck of a match, close right to the end, and one of the best games in this whole tournament so far. But we should have another cracker coming up next, because up next we have got the women's final. We've got the Boston Lady Demons and the Montreal Angels, although they'll be dressing up actually using Quebec Saints gear, so we should say the Quebec Women's Saints, I guess, or the Lady Saints or something. Anyway, it's Boston, Quebec. It's the women's final. It's coming up next right here on Stateside Footy. Don't go anyplace.
Australian rules football? In the U.S.? That's right. The United States Australian Football League is in a city near you. Go to USAFL.com, find your team, check them out. We're a group full of men and women just like you. Join us for the fun athletic competition. Stay for the camaraderie.
We are the champions!
Log on and sign up to join your team at USAFL.com.
Australian Rules Football on a Saturday afternoon here at Ipswich River Park in North Reading, Massachusetts. Right now we're setting up for the women's final here. We've got the Quebec Saints women's team going up against the Boston Demons women's team, the Lady D's. The Quebec Saints, I think actually it's the Montreal Angels, but I'm wondering if maybe what wound up happening is maybe since they have more players in the field, maybe the Angels didn't have enough Angels jumpers, so they changed out and just used the Saints jumpers instead. But Boston, huge thing today. First time they ever beat Montreal. Earlier on today, one of the first games in action here at the Ipswich River Park, which is a great sign for the Lady D's. But basically what you've got now is the Lady D's / Lady Eagles, and also the Quebec Saints, who actually have a bit of New York Lady Magpies mixed in too. In fact, they both do. And they're set to toss it up for grabs. And out of the ruck, once again, the clearance coming from Eileen Hansen. Tried to get it over to Holly Tufel. On the ground now, here comes Quebec. Try and kick it up, and the ball going to number 3 there. Number 3 is Emily Luneau. Kicked ahead now by Judith Stein. Ball goes along the ground. Giving chase there. It's 28. That's Kate Albin Sargent. And they're trying to kick it ahead. And we've got a whistle. And it looks like a free kick being given to Boston Lady Demons. That's Alex Mims wearing the 0 jumper. Sets up for a big kick and takes it. Looking for a target. Not that target. It's one of the Montreal players picked it up. Now it's Tufel. Holly Tufel with a kick toward the sticks, and looks like that's going to be a point. Got to double check that. And indeed, it's a point for Boston, so they get out to an early lead, 1-1. And Quebec taking the kick in out of their back goal square. Taken by Holly Tufel. Tufel with a kick in there. That looks like a goal. Holly Tufel with a goal. 7-point play for the Lady Demons. They kicked the early point. They get it back off the kick in. Holly Tufel puts it through the big sticks. And all of a sudden, it's 1-1-7 for the Lady D's. Montreal yet to touch the score sheet. But we're very early in this first half. And they bring it back to center now. And once again, they toss it up, and Eileen Hansen tries to tap it ahead. She's just going to pick it up and run with it now. Even tries to get it to the boot. But here come the Saints with it now. Marked. Nice job there. Marked by number 7. That's Sarah Warden for Quebec. And she kicks it ahead. Demons trying to get numbers there. Judith Stein trying to get it. Brought down there's Lindsay Belzy, and we've got a whistle. And I think that was a quick whistle for a ball up. Looked like anyway. And indeed, they will ball it up. Up it goes once again. Punched ahead by Hansen. Tried to get it out, and indeed did. And let's see. They're able to get it to the boot now. Takes a Boston friendly bounce and then doesn't. Actually goes right to Holly Tufel. Tufel kicks it ahead now. And taking it there, that's a number 28, once again, that Albin Sargent. She kicks it ahead for Quebec. Goes just over the head of Holly Tufel. Goes past Hansen as well. Almost picked up there. Picked up by number 3 there. That's Emily Luneau. And still in play. Lisa Arredondo gets it over to Tufel. Tufel now. Kick goes over everyone's head. And let's see. Coming back now, kicking ahead. Goes off of a bunch of players there. Kicked ahead. Nice job there by the Lady Demons. Picked up, though, by Robin Graham. She kicks it ahead. Trying to kick it out there for the Lady Demons, number 7. Whom I'm not. Oh, that's Kaylin Deal. Kicked ahead. And let's see. Oh, can't take the mark. Bounces off of her. I believe that was one of the Legault sisters. Belzy's got it now. Belzy tries to handball off. Goes over one of her teammates. Now trying to get some space and kick it. And getting the goal there. That's Kim Hemingway, number 5. So Quebec comes in and they register 1 goal. And now it's 1 straight 6 to 1-1-7. Quebec getting on the board. And they'll bring it back out to center once again. Things winding down a bit here at Ipswich River Park today. This is the second to last game on the agenda. Once again, Eileen Hansen hitting it out of the ruck, but Quebec winding up with it. She can't take the mark, though. The Quebec player tried to get it, winds up going off the ground to Judith Stein. And bouncing now taken by Quebec once again. And they kick it up, and it's marked. Marked there by Hemingway, who just kicked the goal. And she kicks it again, another big kick. Looking for Belzy in front. Almost taken there by, she's knocked out of the way, though. Knocked her shoe off, too. That was number 7. That's Kaylin Deal once again. And with it now, that's Dora Bartolovich. Oh, we've got a whistle. Free kick, Boston. Didn't see the infraction, but Lisa Arredondo to get the free kick for the Lady Demons. And she'll kick it out, looking for, not getting her target, though. Looking for Alex Mims. Loose ball, it just keeps getting juggled about. And now the Lady D's have it with it there. That's number 1. That's Elise Bulwell. And she kicks it. Marked! Oh, no. Free kick awarded. Oh, ran too far before she kicked it, so. Running too far is the call. Free kick given to the Quebec Saints. And Quebec kicks it ahead, however. This ball winds up being a grubber. Eileen Hansen with it now. It sits for it, and she's got it. Hansen, hands off to Bulwell there. Didn't have a prior opportunity to dispose of the ball, so they'll just ball it up. Up it goes once again. And tap right to Amy Legault. She's going to kick it now. It's going to be marked. Judith Stein has it. Very nice job there. Stein taking that free kick. Kicking it a long way. Just over Hansen's head. Race for it now. Looks like Quebec will win it, although the ball does not sit for her. So as a result, Boston able to get the pressure on, and it winds up going out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Right about the midpoint of the field on the center on the wing. And punched out once again by Hansen. Loose ball, goes to ground. Soccer ahead. Teufel's got it now. Teufel with a kick, looking for. Oh, just goes off the outstretched hands of number 17, who is Susan Buckwalter. Goes out of bounds. Another boundary throw-in will ensue. And, had a player go down. With it now is Hansen. Hansen kicks it ahead just along the ground. But Quebec's there. Nice tackle by Mims, but she's able to get the ball away. Lady Demons trying to move it forward now. With it is Teufel. Teufel handball back to Hansen now. Hansen looking for a target. Takes a couple of bounces. Almost got it to number 2. That's, actually, I don't see number 2 here. But, down here I do. That would be Janet Beiersdorf, who normally plays with the New York Lady Magpies. Free kick winds up going to Quebec now. And nice mark. I believe that was Amy Legault once again. These sisters get their hands on the ball a lot. Amy, Emily, and Margot. Nice smother there by Teufel. And with it now, trying to get it there was number 1 once again. That's Bulwell. Handball off. Goes a little advance. And let's see. With it there is number 5 once again. That's Hemingway. She kicks it ahead. Marked in defense. Alyssa Olsen once again. Doing what she does for the Boston Demons. And she delivers a nice kick. It's going to be a little short. And it goes for a bunch of players. Going after it now is Hansen. Hansen stops. Nice bit of shepherding. And she kicks it ahead now. Nice mark. That was beautiful. Susan Buckwalter getting the ball there off the kick from Hansen. And now she kicks it ahead. And it's marked again. Lady D's on the march. It's Alex Mims with it now. And now she's just going to boom it ahead. It's going to hit ground. And let's see. Destra, I believe that's Sandy Destra with it now. Tries to kick it ahead. Can't do it. And let's see. Handball goes out. Looks like it's going back to Mims, but she can't pick it up cleanly. And the ball goes back to ground now. Big chase going on. Hard footy out there at the moment. Being knocked back and forth. They try and hand it off. Teufel's got it. Soccered ahead by one of the Lady D's, but into one of the Quebec players' hands. But she kicks it right into the hands of Alex Mims for the Lady D's. And that's a big kick. And it's marked. Lady D's mark it. And that's going to be number 2 with it. That's Janet Beiersdorf, who usually plays for the Lady Magpies. She kicks it, and it's going to be a point. So they expand their lead, but just by a point now. It's 1-2-8 to 1 straight 6. And Quebec trying to move that ball now after the kick in. Kick it ahead to open space now. There's a race for the ball. Looks like Quebec will get there first, and they'll pick it up cleanly. And she handballs it off. Right now, Quebec seem to have the numbers. Nice shepherd there by Lisa Arredondo. Judith Stein in there as well. It's almost looking like a rugby scrum in there at the moment. Play on calls the umpire. And let's see, with it there's Stein. And they'll ball it up. Whoop. And the Rucks go at it now. And it gets hit to the side. Whoop. And a bit of a shepherd there. There's a couple of, shepherd is really a couple of players there from the Lady D's colliding with each other. Kick goes out now, and it's going to hit and go out to the boundary. Collision there, I believe it was between Elise Balwell and Elisa Arredondo. And it's tossed in and goes between everybody. Umpire calls play on, and it winds up in Margot Legault's hands. Goes over now and kicked ahead there. That was Colleen Clark, number 3 for the Lady Demons. Bunch of players hitting the deck there. And let's see. With it now, that's taken down and tackled. That's Lauren Skonechny. I hope that's the way it's pronounced. Looks like she'll get the free kick too. Actually, no, sorry, that's Quebec that gets a free kick. With it now is Margot Legault. And she kicks it up. Lindsay Belsey takes the mark. Belsey now backing up to take her set shot. And she kicks it toward the goals. Marked. Oh boy. Marked there by Sarah Warden. In close. Almost to the point where a kick from this range would be a foregone conclusion. And would put Quebec in front. And indeed, that goes through. That's a goal. So Quebec now has hit the front. 2 straight 12 to 1-2-8.
Good job, Murphy!
So Quebec with the goal there. And they've jumped ahead now. They lead by 4. And it goes up once again and head out to no real advantage, but Amy Legault's got it now. Oh boy. And let's see. Mark attempt goes to ground with it there. Stein, she had it, but then she dropped it. And kick. Play on, not far enough, they say, not 15. Kicking it out of there now. Nice job. That's Ashley Singer playing for the Lady D's. With it now is Margot Legault. She kicks it. That's a big, long kick, and that's going to go over everybody. And right through for another goal. And all of a sudden, Montreal has shown what they are. They're a tough club. And it comes out of center once again. And Quebec kicks it once again, looking for a mark up front. Oh my goodness! Heavy pressure from Lisa Arredondo, but Sarah Warden, who kicked the goal not too long ago, has got a chance for another one now with a terrific mark. Just straight back. She takes that kick. It's a big high kick, but it's not going to have the carry. Marked by Lindsay Belsey, though. And as I said when Warden took her earlier mark to the distance here, which pretty much is almost a foregone conclusion, which can be applied to this mark by Belsey here. Oh, she hit the post! Hit the post and knocked the top off the post. Free kick given to Amy Legault from Quebec. And she chimes it up now and bounced off a set of hands right into another pair of Quebec hands, actually. Let's see here. Oh, I should have marked that too. 3-1-19 now. Holly Tufel with it now. Oh, let's see. And fire's held, so they're just going to ball it up. And hit over. Goes to ground. Handballed over to Tufel now. And she kicks it, and it's going to go out. And we'll have another boundary throw in. Most of the way through the first half of this one now. Boundary throw in. Goes off a couple of feet, and with it now, that's Buckwalter again. She kicks it ahead. And almost marked by Amy Legault. It's loose there. Her sister Margot's not too far away. In fact, anytime these sisters play, we should just call this the Legault movie, because when they touch the footy, everything is awesome. Off the boundary throw-in. It's loose, and let's see, with it now. Oh, brought out of bounds there, number 29. Which I actually don't have here, but Kaylin Deal getting up a little slowly, but she's fine. Tossed in once again from the boundary and hit over by Holly Tufel. And with it there, trying to move it ahead was Janet Beiersdorf. But Quebec's got it now. Kick over. Margot Legault's got it now. And she's just going to kick it ahead. Easily marked there by number 8. That's Lisette Hinojosa, who usually plays for the New York Lady Magpies. But as often in situations like this, sometimes teams split players. And let's see, the kick goes through, and that's another goal off the boot. And so that's another major score for Quebec. 4-1-25 now to 1-2-8. And a kick ahead now, and actually that goes to center. And they ball it up back at center. Hit ahead by the Saints. Here we go again. And they kick it ahead once again. Intercepted there. Judith Stein getting in the way. But then she collides with a teammate. Hansen's got it now. She stops, sells a little bit of candy, kicks it back toward the center. Takes an unfortunate bounce, though. And Amy Legault handballs it off. And here comes Quebec once again. Kicked back into the forward 50. Taken there off a bounce by Ashley Singer. She's got to watch out. Up, she's going to be pinged, holding the ball. Free kick going to Lindsay Belzy. Actually, I'm sorry, the free kick actually going to number 8, that's Lisette Hinojosa. And she puts the kick ahead, goes off a bunch of hands. In front, the kick through. And that's Kim Hemingway once again. She had a goal already. She's got another one there. Now we're at 5-1-31 to 1-2-8. And they'll bring it back up once again. At this point, they trail by 23 points. Demons have to figure out a way to right this ship, and fast. After that goal, we've got to halftime. At the half of action in this women's final, the score, the Quebec Saints, 5 goals, 1 behind, 31 points. And the Boston Lady Demons, 1 goal, 2 behind, 8 points. Coming up next, we'll have the second half of action, and then we'll finish out this episode of Stateside Footy. Getting ready for the second half of action here between the Quebec Saints women's side and the Boston Lady Demons. At the half, the score stands Quebec 5-1-31 and the Lady Demons 1-2-8. Getting set to ball it up for the second half of footy. And Eileen Hansen hits it again, goes through a bunch of players. Taken there, though, for the Saints by Emily Legault. She actually loses the ball. Big battle for it. Hard footy in the center as a kind of a scrum going here. And they'll just ball it up. Hit ahead by Hansen. And let's see what we've got here. We've got a whistle and a free kick going the Lady Demons' way. They could use a break. I have no idea who that is. Must have run out of jumpers. Kick goes in. Marked. Quebec marks it in the back. And she kicks it ahead now. Loose ball. Bunch of players going for it. Winds up in Boston hands, but then the Boston player winds up in Quebec hands, so they'll just ball it right up again. And hit ahead once again by the Lady D's. And they're moving with it now. The kick goes ahead. They try and get it out to Emily Reel. Can't do it, and Quebec's got it now. And they try and handball it ahead. Takes a weird bounce. Shepherding off the ball there, one of the Saints. There we go now. Oh, with it there. Trying to get it there. Oh, boy. Holding the ball there. Buckwalter gets pinged for holding the ball. Umpire said she had a chance. She was trying to run with it. She got tackled. Holding the ball. Play on, says the umpire. She kicks it up now. And marked. Nice job there. Oof. That's Robin Graham for the Saints. And she kicks up a little bit of a ski jump there. Winds up going off a bunch of hands. And, oh, coming down there. That's Emily Legault. I'm sorry, it's Amy Legault. Balled up once again. Hit forward by Hansen. They try to get it to Alex Mims. Margot Legault has it now, and oh, let's see what that kick was. That landed right on the line. Boundary throw in once again. And hit ahead by Hansen, trying to get it over to Buckwalter. Hansen's got it again. She's dispossessed. She has it again, and she kicks it out on the full. Free kick, Quebec. And Robin Graham with it now. She'll just kick it ahead. Marked by the Lady D's. Now they need to move it all the way back. Kicked ahead. Kick goes wide. Goes off a couple of hands. Goes out of bounds once again. And we're kind of we're back where we started from as far as the boundary throw in. And tapped once again by Eileen Hansel over to Holly Tufel. Tufel kicks it ahead. It's going to bounce. It's going to roll. And let's see. Bounces off three players. Just about to one of our camera positions and goes out of bounds. Good result for the Lady Demons, though, as they will have a boundary throw in. They're attacking half of the field. They need to rack up scoring shots, and they need them soon. Hit ahead once again by Hansen. Kick over, looking for a centering ball. Almost marked by Emily Reel. And they kick it out now. Holly Tufel. It sits for her. She's got it now. And she just kicks it ahead, looking for somebody in tight. It's going to bounce, and it's going to be tapped out. Boundary throw in. Oh, hang on. Out on the full, they say. Is it out on the full, or is it a boundary throw in? That's a boundary throw in. The person there at the time signaled out on the full. Yeah. Let's see. Coming out of the ruck. Winds up tapped, and Holly Tufel trying to get it. Does sit for her. She's able to keep it in. Still keeps it in. Nice play by Tufel. Centering ball there. Tries to get it to Alex Mims. Pack of players going for it right now, and there'll be a ball up. Demons have moved it into their forward half, but Quebec not letting them do anything with it. Up it goes once again. right into the hands of Margot Legault, who kicks it out. And giving chase right now is Alex Mims, but she's got Amy Legault hot on her heels. And Legault winds up picking it up and getting the ball and moving with it. And it goes over everyone's head. But once again, it's on the Quebec attacking end of the field. And let's see here. We've got the free kick being awarded. It's being awarded to Quebec after that last little rush there. Lining up now to take a kick, and she gets one off. Not a very good kick, but enough to be marked. Taken there by Robin Graham. Graham kicks it in toward the goal area. Knocked out by the Lady Demons. And they handball it out. And with it now is Buckwalter. She kicks it ahead. Goes through the legs of Emily Reel. Tapped ahead. Alex Mims can't get it. Looks like Quebec will get it once again, unless it gets over the boundary line first. It's going to get over the boundary line first. It'll be another boundary throw in. No scoring so far in this second half. Lady Demons have had it at their end of the ground for quite a bit, but Quebec just not letting them get free to take those shots. In fact, not letting them get free to do much of anything. So no scoring shots this half, but it's still 5-1-31 for Quebec. Only 1-2-8 for the Lady Demons. However, the Lady Demons have the ball now. Kick going into the forward 50. A couple of players lining up, and it's spoiled from behind. Emily Reel gets knocked down pretty hard. She gets in there now and tries to put the tackle on, although she seems to be running a little gingerly. Not a good sign for the Lady D's. And it's going to wind up going out of bounds once again. Toss back in once again. Punched out. Lady D is trying for a nice clearance. Whoop, she's got it now. Kicks it ahead. And let's see, that's going to roll, and it's going to go out of bounds. And once again, it'll be a boundary throw-in. Pretty close to the Boston attacking goal, though. Gets tossed back in. Knocked out by Emily Legault. Gets it over to her sister Margot, but it winds up staying on the ground. Lady D's in there fighting for it. And Grammy in there trying to get it now. She's got it. And it's just going to get kicked out of bounds once again. So we will have another boundary throw-in. Throw-in goes up. Knocked ahead by the Lady D's. However, it winds up in Quebec hands. Ball is loose. She's got it, and she's able to kick it, and right through. I believe that was pretty much the new star of the day, Lonnie Silvio. She had a couple of goals in the first game against Montreal, and she gets a major score there. So the long road to comeback starts now. 2-2-14 for the Lady D's, still 5-1-31 for the Lady Saints. And they'll bring it back up to center, ball it up once again. Lady D is able to finally punch one through. They've had the ball at their attacking end of the ground for quite a bit of the second half, but just haven't been able to deliver. And with it after the tap, that's Holly Tufel. Tries to get it along the ground. It's in Boston hands. She's just going to try and soccer it ahead. And she's able to kick it ahead. That's Alex Mims. Going after it there now, Sylvia. She's hit from behind, but the Lady D's have it now. They just try and get it out to space. Emily Reel's got it now. She gets it to the boot. It's going to hit and bounce over Sylvia's head. However, Reel's going to be right there. Reel will get the ball back, and she'll kick it to center. Marked. Nice job there. Nice job, Lady D's. And it's going to be kicked ahead now in a contest. Tapped out and taken by the Saints once again. Graham kicks it out. Goes right to Hansen, however, and she's got it now. She's able to kick it back, looking for a target. And not quite marked, but she's able to get the ball. Handball over to Tufel now. Tufel dispossessed as she tries to run through two tacklers, but then she's able to put a tackle on herself. Hansen's got to look out there. She's got some pressure coming. She's able to get it, though. Kicks it through some pressure. Emily Reel gets it. Emily Reel in range. Bit of an angle, but Reel's a terrific kick. And that one, let's see. That's a goal. Emily Reel does kick a major score. And the Lady D's come rolling back. They're now down only by 11, not even 2 straight kicks. 5-1-31 for Quebec and 3-2-20 for the Lady D's. 2 more straight kicks, and this game has a different complexion to it. But this is the second half, and time is counting down, so they need to do it, and they need to do it hurriedly. Nice hit out to advantage there by Hansen. Gets it over. Got it over to Bolwell once again. But then she was dispossessed. With it now is Lonnie Sylvia. She tries to touch it to the ground. She loses the ball. Tries to pick it up again. And, that's a throw. That's a throw. She gets pinged for a throw. She tried to get the ball over to Colleen Clark, but just tossed it to her. So free kick going the way of Montreal. And let's see. Winds up going to Holly Tufel now. Tufel kicks it ahead. The Lady D's need to get someone there. Emily Reel marks it. She juggled it, but she's able to hang on to it. She's got a goal already. And here we go again. She's just going to kick it and settling under it. They tried to get it over to Judith Stein. And let's see here. Deep in the pocket. Quebec looking to take it out. Takes a weird bounce. Lady D's almost had it there. She's got it now. She handballs it ahead. Reel's got it now. Reel moving back from pressure. Tries to handball it there. Winds up in Quebec hands. But then she's brought down by Alex Mims. Play on, says the umpire. And let's see here. She's brought down. She's got to dispose of it. Holding the ball. Couldn't get rid of it in time. That was number 10, Lauren Skonechny. And now to take the free kick, that's Allison Vorsatz. Obviously normally with the New York Lady Magpies, but right now playing with the Quebec Lady Saints. With it now is Hansen. Hansen kicks it back towards the attacking area, and it lands just inside the boundary and then skips out. It was in, not out on the full, so it'll be a boundary throw in. A good result for the Lady D's as they continue to fight to get back into this game. They trailed by 23 at halftime. Now they trail by just 11. And let's see. Goes out. Legault tries to get it. Can't do it. Kicked out now and... it's hit. That could have been high contact. Mims has it now. Mims gets held up. She's got to get rid of that ball. Not that way, though. And let's see. They handball it off. Legault's got it now. And she kicks it through center. And it goes right past the player there, right past Kaylin Deal. And Quebec with it now. And they move it over, and mark is taken there. And Quebec tries to kick it ahead there. Takes a weird bounce. And let's see who'll get there first. Lady D's. Holly Tufel's got it now. She's just going to kick it there, looking for Emily Reel. Reel's going to win the race to the ball. It'll sit for her, too. So she's able to make herself some space and then kick it further ahead. And it's going to bounce. Right now the Saints have numbers. Lonnie Sylvia's got it, though. And let's see. Tackle there. Quebec looks to kick it out once again. However, hey, what a mark there. That's Holly Tufel once again. And she's kicking it ahead. That's a nice kick. And it's punched down. Reel's got it now. Reel, almost got it to the boot. Reel's got it once again right at the boundary, but she can't pick it up. It's going to go out. Lady D is continuing to fight. And let's see, unfortunately, Quebec team there. Mims almost had Legault. And we've got Amy Legault with it now. She's dangerous. She kicks it ahead. Looking for a teammate. Race for the ball right now. Lisa Arradondo in there for the Lady D's trying to get it out. With it there, that's Alyssa Olsen. She kicks it out now. Alicia. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Alicia Olsen kicking it out there. And the Lady D's will kick it ahead, and it just lands inside the boundary. Once again, it'll be a boundary throw-in. But time's ticking down, and they still need 2 straight kicks to take this one. Lady D's have to move and quickly. Eileen Hansen punches it ahead, but it winds up going right to Amy Legault once again. And her kick is going to bounce and continue to roll. And the Lady D's are on the opposite end of the ground from where they need to be. And let's see. Oh, there we go. There's a ball, and let's see. Oh! Let's see, we got a whistle. I think they call holding the ball. As a result, Lady D's get the free kick. Player had it right in front of the goal. She was trying to kick it, but she was tackled by one of the Lady D's. And as she had prior opportunity to dispose of that ball, she got pinged for holding the ball. I believe that's Arredondo making the free kick. And she kicks it out to the side, looking for Eileen Hansen, and takes a weird bounce, though. And let's see, it's handballed out, and Legault's got it now. She kicks it. And that's their first score of the half, and it's a big one. That's a straight kick, it's a goal, and that could be the dagger. 6-1-37 to 3-2-20. They'll bring it back to center now. Lady D's needing to get back to it, and in a hurry. And up it goes once again. And we've got a whistle. Free kick awarded to the Lady D's. I didn't see what the issue was, but too many in the goal square. Well, there you go. Too many in the goal square. So the Lady D's getting the free kick off of that center ball up. Amy Legault trying to kick it ahead in there as well. That's Emily Reel, Alex Mims, a couple of players going to ground. And Lady D's trying to go after it now. Reel still in there fighting on. Loose ball going up on the far wing. Near the boundary. Quebec still gets it. And here we go once again. Kick right to center. Picked up by the Lady D's. And not marked. With it now is Teufel. Teufel with some space to run. She's got to deliver it. Big kick in, and it's touched. And that'll be a behind. So what the Lady D's need to do right now is the same thing they did in the first half. Basically take that ensuing kick in and try and turn it around for a 7-point play. 3-3-21 right now. And that's kicked out to the side. And taken once again by Quebec. She's tackled as she tries to get rid of the ball, though. Holly Teufel will come up with it now, and she'll kick it back forward, looking for Emily Reel. Intercepted. Gee. Amy Legault. Who'd have guessed? She is everywhere. Heck of a footy player. And goes off of a couple of hands. Kicked ahead. And it's just going to roll. Take a very Quebec-friendly roll. And just going to be soccered ahead. She picks it up. And she kicks it toward the goals. Race for it now. And that looks like it'll be a minor. That'll be a behind. 38-21 now. 6-2 to 3-3. And once again, Alicia Olsen to take the kick in. Kicked ahead by Alex Mims. Then takes one of those weird Aussie footy bounces. Goes toward the boundary. And rolls out of bounds. It'll be another boundary throw in. And the tapped ahead. Mims has it now. And the Lady D is looking to move it now. That's Teufel. Teufel gets it to the boot, looking for Emily Reel. Oh, she can't get it. However, they try and move it forward. That's Clark there for the Lady Demons. Kicked ahead once again by Quebec. Oh, she couldn't get it. She tried to reach over her head to get it. That was Alex Mims once again. And it falls in the vicinity of Margot Legault, who kicks it ahead now and actually goes off of a player. Eileen Hansen takes it now. Hansen getting herself some space, handballs it off to Clark. Gets it over to Teufel now. Teufel with a big kick. However, Montreal have numbers, and they can't mark it. Went off a bunch of hands. Big break for the Lady D's, and we've got a free kick after that contact. Free kick going to Kate Albin Sargent of the Quebec Saints women's side. She'll kick it ahead now. It'll take a couple of bounces. Lady D's giving chase. However, here we go. Oh, running too far. She had a clear path to goal, but didn't bounce it. Academic anyway, because that's full time. Lady D's fought hard to get back in it, but at the end, the Lady Saints just too strong. Poured on a little more at the end. And the final score from here at Ipswich River Park in North Reading. The Quebec Saints women's side, 6 goals, 2 behinds, 38 points. And the Boston Lady Demons, 3 goals, 3 behinds, 21 points. Don't forget, you can check us out online. If you're watching us on cable and want to see more episodes, just check us out online. You can check out our main website at StatesideFootyTV.com and also our Vimeo site, vimeo.com/StatesideFootyTV. And by the way, that's also duplicated on Blip TV. It's blip.tv/StatesideFootyTV. And you can catch a lot of this on YouTube as well. And you can follow us too online, like the Stateside Footy TV page on Facebook, and you can follow us on Twitter at BillR_SS Footy. On behalf of my crew, John Cimino, Kyle Serino, Paul Hipple, Savannah Hubbard, Brian Jocelyn, and Stacey Robert, I'm Bill Robert. Thank you very much for tuning in to this edition of Stateside Footy.